search for Planet 9, or what we would call Planet X or Nibiru, is the search for this elusive world nearly over. Astronomers have been scouring the outer solar system for signs of hypothetical ninth planet for almost a decade without success. However, we may finally be on the cusp of finding it, experts say. Deep in the outer reaches of the solar system, so far away from the known planets that the sun would barely be distinguishable from a nearby star, a massive icy world may be lurking in the shadows waiting to be discovered by humanity. And the day that we finally find this elusive planet may be coming soon, thanks to a state-of-the-art new telescope that will begin scanning the sky next year. The solar system has 8 official planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Recently, astronomers have proposed that a ninth world, imaginatively nicknamed Ninth Planet because they didn't want to call it 10th Planet or Planet X, could be hiding in the far reaches of our cosmic neighborhood. And we're not talking about Pluto, which was demoted from full planetary status to a dwarf planet in 2006. Instead, scientists believe Planet 9 is a gas or ice giant billions of miles further out than the rest of the planets. If it exists, it could also rewrite our understanding of the solar system's origins or evolution. Astronomers have predicted how big this hypothetical world could be, how far away it could lie, and even where it should be in its orbit around the sun. And yet actually finding Planet 9, sometimes called Planet X, has eluded scientists for nearly a decade. But the hunt for the solar system's potential ninth planet may soon be coming to a close with the opening of the groundbreaking Vera C. Rubin Observatory in 2025. We may either finally find Planet 9 within the next few years or rule out the idea for good, experts told Live Science. It's really difficult to explain the solar system without Planet 9. Mike Brown, an astronomer at Caltech, who proposed the Planet 9 hypothesis along with a colleague, told Live Science, but there's no way to be 100% sure it exists until you see it. The Planet 9 hypothesis, the idea of a ninth planet in the solar system, was first seeded by the discoveries of Uranus in 1781 and Neptune in 1846, more than 3,000 years after the other planets were first spotted by the Babylonians. These discoveries proved that the solar system was much larger than humanity had once thought and raised the possibility that other worlds were waiting to be discovered. But other than the now demoted Pluto, no full-fledged planets beyond Neptune or the Kuiper Belt massive ring of asteroids, comets, and dwarf planets that orbit the sun beyond Neptune have shown up since. And as astronomers mapped more of the outer solar system, it seems increasingly unlikely that they were missing something as large as a planet. However, a 2004 discovery changed that. Scientists found that Sedna, a potential dwarf planet located beyond the Kuiper Belt, had a weird orbit around the sun. Its unusual trajectory hinted that another large mass in the outer solar system was gravitationally pulling on the mini-world, but without more information, this hypothesis was hard to prove. And then the 2014 study, astronomers announced that they had detected a smaller object in the Kuiper Belt named 2012 VP113 with an eccentric orbit similar to Sedna's. So the findings also hinted that more eccentric trans-Neptunian objects, TNOs, were waiting to be found. These findings caught the attention of Brown and fellow Caltech astronomer Konstantin Batygin, who noticed that both Sedna and 2012 VP113 had the same kink in their orbits. This shared irregularity, which causes the objects to briefly dip below the known planet's plane of orbit, suggesting that something such as an asteroid clump, a dwarf planet, or even a full-fledged world was tugging on these objects. Now, at the beginning, we did not say there was a planet because we thought this was a ridiculous thing for there to be. Brown also co-discovered Sedna, by the way, and was instrumental in Pluto's planetary demotion. He said, but we tried a lot of different things to explain what we were seeing, and nothing else worked, he said. Even after the pair realized a ninth planet was possible, they decided to sit on their findings until they could come up with another less controversial explanation, but then they found 4 more TNOs with matching misshaped orbits, which suddenly made a missing planet look like the most logical explanation. At the time, the duo calculated that there was just a 2% chance that all 6 TNOs they had studied shared their orbital oddities thanks to random chance. And Brown said, and as soon as you see that, you're like, oh crap, there's a planet out there. So in 2016, Brown and Badigan published their Planet 9 hypothesis, which has captured the public's imagination ever since. Since 2016, Brown, Badigan, and others have continued the hunt for Planet 9, or Planet X. Although they have not found it yet, they have discovered even more eccentric TNOs, bringing the total to 13, and further strengthening the case for Planet 9 being out there. These discoveries also constrain Planet 9's potential size, its distance from the Sun, and its orbital trajectory through the solar system. Our best estimates are that it's about 7 times more massive than our Earth, or anywhere between 5 to 10 times more massive than our planet, Brown said. This would make it the 5th most massive planet in the solar system, behind Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, he said. Planet's 9 composition is probably most like Neptune due to its distance from the Sun, Brown said. That would put its diameter at something like 2 times the width of Earth. He said some scientists have also suggested Planet 9 could be surrounded by moons, just as the hefty gas giants are. So if it exists, Planet 9 is likely around 500 astronomical units away from the Sun on average, meaning it's 500 times farther from the Sun than Earth is. This may sound distant, but similarly sized exoplanets have been discovered, orbiting alien stars at equally massive distances, showing that it is possible. This far out, it could take between 5,000 to 10,000 years for Planet 9 to complete a single trip around the Sun. Its orbit is probably highly elliptical, so its distance from the Sun would vary widely over time. It also likely does not orbit on the same plane as the rest of the planets, which makes it even trickier to find. Planet 9's unusual orbit and extreme distance from the Sun also raise the possibility it could be a rogue planet, an interstellar world that was captured by our Sun after being ejected from its star system. However, Brown and Badigan believe Planet 9, or sometimes called Planet X, likely formed alongside the other planets in our solar system. Now, is it really out there? Many astronomers are cautiously optimistic about Planet 9's existence. It's quite likely Planet 9 exists, Alessandro Mortabelli, the astronomer at Côte d'Azur Observatory in France, says. There are several indirect lines of evidence in favor of its existence. He reviewed Brown and Badigan's 2016 paper before its publication. David Rabinowitz, astrophysicist at Yale University, agreed that something is likely out there, and Planet 9 is the best explanation so far. The discoveries of additional eccentric TNOs since Planet 9 was first proposed have maintained confidence in this theory, he said. So we'll find out if it's out there or not, because the Vera Rubin Observatory, which will be put into use next year, will start scanning the skies to look for it. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.